I'm gonna tell like a story about a pink gorilla named Sam. Sam. Okay. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna start off with a man. So he's been driving for hours. He's on a road trip, right? So he's following Siri, but since Siri is directionally challenged, he's already made like a wrong turn, and now he's lost in the middle of nowhere, and he's out of gas in front of a farmhouse. But since it's getting late, he decides to go into the farmhouse and ask the farmer if he can stay. So it turns out the farmer's like this super nice dude, and he lets him stay for first of all as long as he wants, and he offers to cook him dinner. So over dinner, they're talking about how the man's from New York and how he's seen all these giant skyscrapers. And there's so much more going around than just this like little farmhouse in the middle of nowhere. Probably like Nebraska. There's like nothing going on in Nebraska, I'm pretty sure. Except for like corn, probably. So they're talking about all this stuff, and finally the farmer says, "I bet you've seen all this cool stuff in New York, but have you ever, in a million years, seen a pink gorilla?" And so, like, in the back of his head, this man, he's thinking, this guy's crazy. He's like, a pink gorilla? No, okay. So he starts, like, talking to this farm. He's like, I don't think there's anything as a pink gorilla, but maybe you have, like, a stuffed animal? And the farmer's like, no, I actually don't. He lives in my basement. And so this man, he's like, okay, well, show me this after dinner. So they clean up dinner, and they go down the stairs into this ginormous hallway. It's like really, really big, like bigger than me. It's like really big. Like you can't handle it. And so they're walking down this hallway, and they come to this really, really thick wooden door. It's like thicker than me. And then there's this really big wooden beam that's blocking the door. So the farmer, he lifts it up, like, dude, that guy does reps. He lifts it up and he moves off to the side and he pushes open that door. And they keep walking down the hallway. And now, like, the man's getting a bit worried, like, this guy, like, restraining himself in his basement or something. Like, he has, like, a super thick wooden door. And so they come to this super thick stone door with this giant crank. And the farmer, he cranks it open and he pushes that door open again and again. This door is, like, bigger than me.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, and so they keep walking down the hallway, and finally they get to like this super like secure place. It's like more secure than the CIA. Like, whoa. I know, it's like more secure than my house. Like, you can't get in my house. It's more secure than the wall that Trump is building to Mexico. He has like this whole like ice skating thing. He has like this fingerprint like on like the iPhone, like what is it, like 10 now? And then he like types in this code on this like super special like iPad on the door. It's probably like an iPhone like 20 or something. And then he's like the doors like steam comes out, everything's like super electronic, techno, wood. And like it just opens. And in this room it's like super simple. In one corner of the room there's like a really nice armchair. Super comfy. Man just sits in it, makes himself at home. Potato chips, TV, right there. Just kidding. And then the other corner of the room, there's like a little desk, a laptop. There's one of the spin chairs. I just sit at home for hours and hours. Yeah, I have no life. And then on the other side of the room, it's a little bit more interesting. On one side of the room, there's like this huge stack of bananas. It's like taller than me. No, just kidding. There's only like one. Okay, and then on the other corner, and then in the last corner of the room, there's a cage. And in that cage is the pink rubber ducky. Just kidding. No, in that cage there's a tree, and hanging from the tree, there's a tire swing, and sitting in that tire swing is the pink gorilla. Yeah, and he's just like all chill. He's like, he's just munching on bananas and stuff. But so the guy's like freaking out. He's like, dude, it's a pink gorilla. And he's like, can't Photoshop because I'm seeing with my eyes. Yeah. And so then, like, just then, the farmer gets a phone call. And he's like, yeah, this is the government because I have like the only pink gorilla. Just kidding, they don't know. And so he's like, oh, sorry, I got to take this. But first of all, you can take pictures of the pink gorilla. You can talk to the pink gorilla. And you can even give him bananas. But do not, under no circumstances, you cannot touch the pink gorilla. Like, don't touch him at all. Please do not touch him. If you touch him, you should not. Just don't touch him. Do not touch him. Don't touch him. Touchy, pink gorilla, that is off limits, okay? So just then the man's like, why shouldn't I touch it? But then the farmer kid had already gone upstairs and he's talking on his phone. So the man, he's giving him some bananas, he's taking some pictures, and he's talking to him. He's just talking to Sam, the pink gorilla. He's like, what's up, Sam? How you doing? But then, so he's finally getting curious. He's like, why can I not touch the pink gorilla? So she's like, nothing bad would happen. He's in a cage and he can't get out, you know? So he just reaches through the cage and he just taps him on the shoulder. And the pink gorilla just goes nuts. He starts just jumping around. He like tears down his tire screen. He starts like reaching through the bars, trying to like get back at the man. And like eventually he just like takes two of the bars and he's like pulling them apart. And so now like the man's freaking out. He's like, whoa, dude, why is he going so crazy, man? So he runs back to like the super like techno stuff and like he pulls it in and just to be sure he like points his finger and it goes error wrong and like goes into lockdown, like stuff like that. Super techno again. And like just as the pink gorilla, he tears out of his cage and he dents right into the door. Like millions of dollars gone. And by millions of dollars I mean like $2. I'm dead. And so he's ramming into it and the man's like, oh man, I'm safe. But then the pink gorilla, he rams into it. Well, Sam rams into it again. And this time he's like breaking the door open. So the man's like, oh shit, talking mushrooms. And so then he runs down. So he runs down to the stone door and he turns around and he sees the pink gorilla get through the solid metal door. It's like, whoa. He gets through that solid metal sheet of a door and he starts barreling through him. So the man, he closes the stone door right in his face and he just cranks it back. And so like the pink gorilla, he just charges right into it and he just knocks the crank like right off his hinges. Plus like the door just starts cracking. So this time the man's not taking any chances. So he runs straight to the wooden door. He closes it. Remember, all these doors are bigger than me. He closes it. He brings that metal beam right into place. But this time, so just as that happens, the gorilla has gotten through the stone door and he runs straight through the wooden one. That's thicker than me, like without stopping. So the guy, he runs up the stairs as fast as he can, and he like runs straight to the house, but the gorilla right on his butt. On his butt. But not. Just running. He's trying to get him. So the farmer who's upstairs, he's like talking on the phone. He's like, oh sorry, I gotta go. There's a pink gorilla chasing a stranger through my house. Yeah, I know. And so he's running into the field, and the man, he's like sprinting for his life. He's like freaking out. He's like, oh my god, I'm being chased by a pink gorilla. This happens so much in New York. So he's just being chased, and he trips over a rock. He falls down. He turns around. He sees this giant pink gorilla, like leaning in at him. And like the pink gorilla, he like stares him straight in the eye, pokes him in the chest, and says, "Tag." Yeah.